Welcome back, Fear Fiends, to the Chillergeist League Tables. We're kicking off our pre-tournament coverage with a deep dive into the supernatural zombie division. These are the terrors born of magic, curses, and sheer willpower. But which one is the ultimate supernatural boogeyman? We're counting down from 10 to 1, starting with a classic monster from a classic franchise. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have the voodoo zombies from The Serpent and the Rainbow. These aren't your typical flesh-eaters. They're something far more sinister. Boris, what's the scientific assessment of these seemingly mundane undead?
Subject zombie from this film occupies the lowest rank for a unique reason. Unlike other supernatural threats on this list, their power is not derived from brute force or invincibility, but from a very specific form of magical and biological subjugation. They are living individuals rendered into a catatonic state via a powerful neurotoxin, which simulates death. This makes them tireless, mindless slaves under the direct control of their master, the Bacher. Their primary strength is their perfect obedience and endurance, as they do not tire or require sustenance. However, their critical weakness is that they are still fundamentally mortal. They feel pain, can be injured, and are susceptible to all conventional forms of bodily harm. They can be outmaneuvered, trapped, or killed with a well-placed blow. Their threat is entirely dependent on the will and power of their master, making them the most easily defeated on this list without the supernatural force controlling them.
Coming in at number 9, we have a terrifying entry that isn't quite a zombie, but close enough to be one, the Reavers from Firefly. These aren't the living dead, but a horrifying example of what happens when the human mind completely breaks. Boris, what's the statistical threat assessment on these twisted terrors?
The Reavers from Firefly are a horrifying example of psychological and physical devolution. They are humans who have been exposed to a powerful psychological weapon that removes their empathy and turns them into sadistic, self-mutilating monsters. They are a threat not because of their invincibility, but due to their unpredictable and savage behavior. They are capable of using tools and technology, and they operate in a coordinated pack. Their primary weakness is their fragile human physiology. While they have a high pain tolerance, they can be killed by conventional means. They are not immortal, and a well-placed shot can end them. They rank low on this list because they are, at their core, just highly deranged humans. Their power is in the terror they inspire, which makes their victims lose the will to fight, but they are physically vulnerable.
Sliding in at number 8, we've got the zombies from Z Nation. These may look like ordinary zombies, but they're something far more sinister. They have unique abilities that make them a much greater threat than the average flesh-eater. Boris, what's the breakdown on this multifaceted threat?
The zombies of Z Nation earn their place on this list because of their unique, specialized abilities. While the common undead are a simple shambling threat, this universe also features a wide array of specialized variants that are a testament to the chaos of a supernatural event. The blasters can explode, taking out multiple survivors. The zombies on fire are a walking, burning hazard that can set their surroundings ablaze. And the talkers retain some semblance of their former intelligence, allowing for psychological torment and ambushes. The true strength is in their sheer variety. This makes a confrontation with them highly unpredictable. Their weaknesses, however, are significant. Most of these specialized zombies are still susceptible to conventional attacks, and, once their unique ability is used, they are a simple, singular threat. This makes them a high-yield but low-durability threat, which is why they are not ranked higher on this list. Their effectiveness is dependent on catching their targets unaware and capitalizing on their unique mutations.
For our 7th contender, we have the zombies from Army of the Dead. These aren't just mindless drones. They're an organized, intelligent, and dangerous force. Boris, what's the terrifying twist on this classic trope?
The zombies from Army of the Dead are a significant threat due to their hierarchical social structure and retained intelligence. The alphas are a breed of zombie that are faster, stronger, and more resilient than the standard shamblers. But their real danger comes from their ability to think and strategize. They can use weapons, set traps, and communicate in a basic way, which allows for coordinated attacks. They are not just a horde. They are a functioning army. Their primary weakness is their unquantified vulnerability to an unknown event. While they are a supernatural threat, their power is still tied to the initial event that created them. Their ranking at number 7 is a direct result of their ability to combine the relentless nature of the undead with the cunning of a human predator, making them a more dangerous threat than a simple horde.
Halfway through our countdown, at number 6, we've got the enigmatic Cenobites from Hellraiser. These aren't your typical zombies or vampires. They are the ultimate sadomasochistic demons. Boris, what makes them such a high-speed horror?
The Cenobites, though not zombies in a traditional sense, are reanimated former humans who now exist on a different plane of being. They are nearly immortal, with superhuman strength and an unwavering dedication to their dark purpose. Their greatest strength is their non-physical nature and dimension-spanning abilities. They can only be summoned and banished through a puzzle box, making them incredibly difficult to defeat on our plane of existence. Their weaknesses, however, are tied to their very nature. They cannot just enter our world. They must be invited, and they can be repelled by certain magical or psychological forces. They are also still a physical entity that can be destroyed with a powerful enough blast or a psychological attack. They rank at number 6 because they are a sentient and intelligent threat, but one that is not a true apocalypse-level event due to their inability to simply appear and begin to spread. They are a powerful but niche threat.
Coming in at number 5, we have the original, terrifying voodoo zombies. These aren't the reanimated corpses we see today. They are a soul-drained shell of a human being. Boris, what makes them so terrifying?
Classic voodoo zombies are a unique supernatural threat, not because of their physical power, but because of their untiring, unfeeling nature. They are reanimated by a powerful sorcerer, or Bacher, and are immune to pain, fatigue, and emotion. This makes them relentless pursuers who will not stop until their master's bidding is done. They are also incredibly difficult to stop, as they are not affected by conventional weaponry, save for a few mystical items. Their weaknesses, however, are tied to their nature. They are completely and utterly subservient to their master. Without their backer, they are just a living but completely mindless corpse. They are also susceptible to some very specific vulnerabilities, such as salt. They rank at number 5 because of their unique combination of immense physical prowess and a complete lack of a will to live, making them a relentless threat that is only as dangerous as their master.
At number 4, we have the wights from Game of Thrones. These aren't just dead bodies brought back to life. They are an army under the command of a single, malevolent will. Boris, what's the science behind this terrifying swarm?
The wights from Game of Thrones are a testament to the power of a unified, supernatural force. They are not just reanimated dead, but a legion of undead soldiers, controlled by the White Walkers. They are incredibly strong and feel no pain. Their real danger lies in their collective intelligence and their supernatural resilience. They can use weapons and they will not stop until their target is dead. They are a true apocalyptic threat that can only be stopped by 2 very specific vulnerabilities: fire and Valyrian steel. Their weakness is their singular master. If the Night King is killed, the entire army of wights will fall. This makes them a high-yield but vulnerable threat, which is why they are not in the top 3.
The top 3 begins with the Deadites from the Evil Dead series. These are a whole other level of supernatural horror. Boris, what's the terrifying truth about these hyper-aggressive demons?
Deadites are an incredibly powerful and cunning foe. They are the result of a demonic possession, and they are not just mindless creatures. They retain their intelligence and can use tools, weapons, and psychological tactics to torment their prey. They are incredibly strong and resilient, able to survive injuries that would kill any other zombie. Their primary strength is their supernatural intelligence and a deep understanding of human psychology. They can manipulate their victims and turn their loved ones against them. Their only weakness is a physical one. They can be killed by dismemberment or by being read from the book that resurrected them. They rank at number 3 because they are not just a physical threat. They are a psychological one as well, and they are a thinking, malicious entity.
Our runner-up at number 2 is a true force of nature, the Crow. This isn't a zombie that wants to eat your brains. This is a revenant, a supernatural entity driven by vengeance. Boris, what makes this guy so tough?
The Crow is a perfect example of a supernatural revenant. He is a resurrected soul, and his power is drawn from a supernatural entity. He is functionally immortal and has superhuman strength. He can also heal from any injury, making him nearly indestructible. His primary strength is his unwavering will and his ability to heal from any injury. His weaknesses, however, are twofold. He can only be killed if the crow that guides him is also killed. This gives his enemies a specific target. He also loses his powers once his mission of vengeance is complete. This makes him a short-term, but incredibly powerful threat. He ranks at number 2 because his combination of superhuman strength and invincibility makes him a nearly unstoppable force.
And at the top of the supernatural zombie division, the hardest, the most terrifying, and the ultimate nightmare, John Milton from Drive Angry. Boris, what makes this talkative terror the best of the worst?
John Milton is the ultimate supernatural zombie, and he earns the number 1 spot for one simple reason. He's an unstoppable force of nature. He's a revenant who literally escaped from hell to get his vengeance. He has superhuman strength and is completely immune to conventional weaponry. He can kill demons, and he has a singular, unyielding purpose. His only weakness is a god-killer weapon. But even then, he is an unstoppable, relentless force of nature. He is not a mindless drone. He is a sentient, intelligent being with a purpose, and he will not be stopped. He is a true statistical outlier, and a terrifying threat, a true supernatural plague.